Three scenes from my screenplay, Moral Murderer. The moral murderer believes if you're not living your life as though you're in a climate crisis, you're not worthy to be here. First scene. People are beginning to file into the soup kitchen. The servers are in the kitchen. Jill is cutting up salad and putting it in a huge bowl. Beside her, Ren is leaning on the counter and reading news headlines on her phone. Oh my God, there's been another murder. A billionaire playboy again. That's like, what? The eighth one? In 2 years? This is getting creepy. Why are you so fascinated? There's multiple murders every day in our glorious country, says Jill. But this is a serial killer who's targeting billionaires. Not your run-of-the-mill murderer. Bonkers, clearly. From what I've read, the victims are all oil barons who are trashing the planet. Oh, come on. Shitloads of people are trashing the planet. The victims' only crime is that they're rich. And rich people trash on a much bigger scale. Come on, they'll be arriving soon. Jill, Ren, and Chelsea are working in an assembly line. Ren puts stew in one compartment of a combination plate and passes it to Jill, who puts salad in another compartment and passes a plate to Ivy, who adds a bread roll. Long trestle tables crisscross the floor. Some people are sitting at them. Most form a line stretching from the serving tables out the door. There's no justification for murder, says Ren, ever. I'm allergic to tomatoes, says a woman in the line. Jill doesn't hear her. So, spoonful of salad in its compartment and passes it along. I agree, obviously. I'm pointing out I could die if I eat tomatoes. Will you die if you eat lettuce that's touched a tomato? What about a cuke that's been close to a tomato? Stop! Pick out the tomatoes, please. I'm just saying that, in my opinion, this particular murderer isn't the same as a madman who kills indiscriminately. Bullshit! Excuse your language, says a woman in the line. Sorry. Haven't you heard of mission-oriented killers? They think they're improving the world according to their own screwed-up, self-serving biases, like Jack the Ripper, killing prostitutes. You don't think he's fucked up? Ah, that woman should be fired. Her language is awful. Oh, volunteers, says Chelsea. Yeah, but nobody agrees with Jack the Ripper, Jill continues. Who deny that this killer is targeting the worst perpetrators of the worst crisis humans have ever faced? Why does this conversation sound so dangerous for you? Because we've had it about 1 million times. Yes, we have. And when they catch this monster, you can visit him in prison and tell him how you admire his heroism. Second scene. It's evening. Jill is sitting in a hotel room close to a man with sparse hair and a weak chin. The man is sitting in a chair close to Jill, leaning forward and chafing his hands nervously. A bottle of whiskey and a bowl of almonds sit on the table near them, and Jill is steadily downing the whiskey. I've never done this before. I'm not really sure what to do. It comes naturally. No, seriously, you don't believe me, do you? Look. I have photos of my children. Look, this is my wife, a fine Christian woman. Sounds like you got it made. So why are you here? She's wonderful, but she doesn't like sex much, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, but if you could act like, what? Dominant tricks, but only if you want to. Jill lifts her stocking foot and shoves it suddenly against his chest, so he's propelled back into his seat. He looks at her with the open, trusting gaze of an eager puppy. Answer my questions, Mr. ExxonMobil executive. You have beautiful children. Don't you want them to have good lives? They have great lives. But if we continue to use fossil fuels, their future will be terrible. But if we stop now, they could always have great lives. This isn't what I... Shut up! Answer the question. Why are you putting money above your own children? Why are you promoting a product that's destroying us? Do you want me to answer like a slave? I want you to answer honestly. Or we need to power the world with something and renewable energy can't do it yet. Oh, so you're actually an altruist, kindly supplying the world with necessary energy. Yet you've known about the damage your product is doing for decades. This isn't really turning me on. Shut up. You're right. ExxonMobil is terrible. Oh, answer it. Hello? Yeah. We're plowing through the paperwork at the moment, but we should begin drilling in September. I want to hear. Put it on speaker. Now! Did we manage to get the indigenous on board? Not exactly, but we managed to, let's say, circumvent their protests. Anyway, I'm busy right now, so let's talk tomorrow. Take off your clothes and get on your hands and knees. As he undresses, she observes the sweat on his forehead, the mole on his white, skinny chest. She walks around him and suddenly hits his bum hard. Ah, harder. Take off my underwear with your teeth. Bill pushes his head under her skirt, maneuvering her underwear down to her ankles with his teeth, first one side and then the other. Jill steps out of her underwear and steps forward, so she's standing directly above his head, straddling it. He looks up at her pussy. Did you just look at my privates without permission? How dare you? Harder, please. You're a bad boy, and you need to be punished. Go and get us both a glass of whiskey. I don't like whiskey. I didn't ask whether you liked it. You're going to get 2 whiskeys, and then you're going to drink one, now. He jumps up and brings another glass, then fills up her glass and his own from the bottle of whiskey on the table. Now tie my underwear over your eyes. Make sure you can't see anything. If you peek, you'll be beat. Jill extracts a paper screw from her purse and puts a powder into his drink. Her eyes follow the cascade of powder, her scrutiny so intent that she can see the individual grains flowing into the drink. Third scene. Ren and Jill are sitting on bar stools in a pub. Ren's baby, Mally, is propped on her lap. Ren is drinking coffee and Jill is drinking a beer. A TV is mounted on the wall and has turned to a news station. It's not the first time you've slept in and missed your shift at the soup kitchen. I would have come down and shaken you awake, except, oddly, your best friend doesn't know where you live. I said I'm sorry. You make it sound like it happens all the fucking time. Like this maybe twice. You okay? Yeah. So why do you live in a hotel? I know you're loaded, but it's just weird. I like to move through life without leaving a trace. The bellman puts a heaping plate of fish and chips before Ren. Mally immediately tries to plunge her hands into it, and Ren moves it out of her reach. Jill is watching, frowning. Can I get some ketchup and salt and maybe a bowl of chips or almonds for my friend? No almonds. I hate almonds. What? Since when? I'm allergic. If I even catch a whiff, I break out. First I've known of it. I've known you all your life. Mally is getting frustrated because the food's beyond her reach. Ren fishes a banana out of her bag and gives it to her. So you still don't think your mother's evil, do you? Just delusional. Her and half the world. Why else would so many people choose to live as though we're not in a climate crisis? Because they're deluding themselves. or they're selfish and greedy, like my mother. I think most people are good. I think I'm going to throw up. Did you have to give it a banana? Banana's smeared all over Mally. Gwen laughs and wipes it off with a tissue. We are closing in. It's just a matter of time. Look, look. The policemen are talking to journalists about the murders. Serial killers like this one are often fairly consistent. The policeman holds up a fan of envelopes. First journalist. What types of messages does he leave? Do they all say the same thing? The victims have all been wealthy men, and the killer always leaves a little love note on their chest for us to find. The victims are dying because they are, according to the killer, killing a palate. Many of them work in the oil industry, and all of them are rich. Don't you dare say anything outrageous. Like what? Like serve some white? Starvation is a worse way to die. Those guys are causing food shortages in the global south. Don't you feel worse for the people starving? Yes, but don't tell anyone. This is one of the notes. Bye-bye, ExxonMobil executive. Exxon has known since the 1970s that its product would cause global warming. Millions are dying every year from extreme temperatures. Wouldn't you kill Hitler too? Another note. From the Magna Carta to the French Revolution, to the Civil Rights Movement, revolting against the powerful is what makes change. Billionaires beware. Change your ways before it's too late. This is just the beginning. You finally found a soulmate, my friend. When you finally agree with me and Mr. Snuff, then you'll be my snowmate. I'll never agree. Yeah, you will. When people start to change their behavior. Change how? By slashing their footprints. Of course, logic hasn't worked. Let's see what fear will accomplish. Look, they're bringing out the body. Oh, God. ExxonMobil executive Bill March died last night between midnight and 1:30 a.m. of cyanide poisoning. He leaves behind 2 children, aged 4 and 6, and a wife who's very involved in charity work at her local church. God. I wish they didn't show us every grisly detail. This isn't a movie. This is a man whose family's despairing. Could I get a double whiskey, please? God. Isn't it a little early to start on the hard stuff? Some days it's never too early. I gotta get the stench of bananas out of my nose. Think of the families the killer's left behind. He must be so crazy and unhappy. Another one, or a saint, ridding the world of scum. I gotta go, but you get stupid when you drink, but I still love you. There, but for the grace of God, go I. Thank you.